your own power to push and knead and almost comb through your muscle to locate different areas that need healing, oxygenated blood that need to be stretched out, that need the scar tissue like kind of massage out, remove the pain, open up those vessels, open up that muscle tissue to get to make it easier to recover, to be more limber, but also to increase the amount of power that you can create in that range of motion.
Hello, put on time, man. Put on time, kid, vote. Okay, here, go.
We hold it parallel to the ground. So we're gonna go like, in this case, we're gonna move or influence the right shoulder, or the right side of the body. So we're gonna take power from the left hand, put it through the bar to the right hand, and influence the right side of the body. So you're gonna pinch down with your fingertips, right? You don't grab the bar like this in the practice. You grab it with your fingertips. And what that does, it allows like more vibration and more of the energy and more of like the subtlety of your movement to travel through the bar, because using the tips of your fingers, so there's not as much flesh like muddying up the signal, right? So with the fingertips biting down, power from the left hand into the right hand, so the right hand is yielding or receiving, and this is the yang hand, the force producing hand. So you bite down, you'll push as if you're putting your wrist through the bar to the other wrist, making that tension, and push from one side to the next. So the right hand is receiving, the right side is receiving. And if you feel like you're going out of room, you just bend your knees and you go. And you basically wrap up like DNA. That's why I call it helix. So based on what it is, what you're trying to heal, you can hold it in different ways. You can hold it, overhand and cross and turn. Right, you can hold it like perpendicular to the floor. You want to open up your hips. So one of those. Yeah, on Patreon. Mostly advertising on IG and Facebook.
Alright, so I already know this something. You already know it.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Mike a fan of him.
Huh?
Mike a fan of him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What's her name? Queen.
Queen?
She, I was talking to her. She's giving me my cut, and she asked me to be a personal trainer. So with her, I'm doing a program where I'm training her for 2 months for free in exchange for her to follow the set program so she can see the transformation, because that's what I'm really looking for now, is to make more examples of what my training can do for other people, because people like watching me and what I do, but really what I'm trying to communicate is like, all of us can do this. There's nothing like special. Like if you have injuries, you'll start from there and between diet, sleep, habits, posture during the day, the type of shoes you wear, the type of clothes you wear, because that's when some people don't notice, like the type of shoes you wear can really mess up the tilt of your spine and cause all sorts of problems in your body, because it's trying to compensate for this extra weight that you're putting on the front of your muscles, like your quads and so on, when really most of your weight really should be held by the glute. But when those shoes and restricting clothes kind of bend you out of proper posture, it develops problems with the entire body. So we work on the injuries first and bring you back to a place where your body is basically neutral. And then from being neutral, at that point it's less about trying to work on nagging injuries and comforting them, and spending more time like exercising power. Like, okay, now that I'm neutral, I'm not worried about pain. what can I really do with my body and how can I keep testing my limits? That's the stage that I'm at now. So I'm expanding like in my movement, like cross training and other things like ballet and like modern dance, a little bit of martial arts, now like Jiu-Jitsu, and Kyokushin karate. So I'm having fun now because I've built like a solid foundation, like armor in a sense, and now I'm just like expanding on it. Like, well, what else can I do? What else can I do with this and stuff like that? So that goes into like because now I've been experimenting with like strongman and stuff. So if you go to my IG, there's like videos of me like bending rebar in like in shapes and stuff, and because I really don't like using weights. I think weights, and when you think about like doing a certain way and doing a certain amount of reps and a certain amount of sets, it starts to hypnotize you because you start thinking, oh, the only value I have of the power in my body comes down to the number of that barbell that I can lift. Because the way that I train, I don't try to train with anything with a number, because that way if I say, okay, like the rebar, I either bend it or I don't. So it's like a pass or fail, 100 or a 0. So what my training becomes is moving that 0 up and up and up to 100%, where every time I set a goal, whether it's to lift something, throw something, jump a certain height, jump a certain distance, run a certain distance at a certain speed, acceleration, I always complete the goal. But the practice is trying it to failure until I can start doing it. Because the first time I bought the rebar, I got it to like maybe like 45 degrees and I was gassed. But now, like a number 4, I can bend like 6 in a row, no problem. So the one I'm working on now is like as thick as this and maybe 3 times as long. So I had to like jam it up on a wall to kind of curl it. But the goal in mind is that as long as I'm not using anything else, like no hammers and nothing, I'm just bending it with my body. Eventually I know it'll bend in half, but I'll know that was human power. So I completed the task, because back in the day when we were hunter-gatherers, it wasn't how many times can you stab the lion, it was can you kill the lion before it kills you. So it didn't matter how many sets you could do, because could you survive? And that's more the perspective that I use in my training, like utilitarian stuff, mastering the body in an Olympic fashion, that I can always be ready in a tactical way, in a survival way, swimming, running, fighting, doing parkour, evasion, maintaining my structure with breath practices, healing my own injuries, like complete sovereign health.
What's your ID for
Oh, it's at Aspernaut. It's actually changed now because I went through a couple different versions of my name, but it's at 2 underscores Aspernaut 2 underscores. That's ASPERNAUT. Yeah, no, I walked in here the other day and that's what I told her. I showed her a picture. I was like, hey, take me and make me look like young Ghost. Because 50 announced that he was making a prequel. And a friend of mine, or a few friends of mine, have been telling me, like, I guess when I have bedhead and I don't look so much like Childish Gambino, it's like, hey, you look like young Ghost. So I just cut my hair down to run with it, I definitely believe in alignment, and I'm gonna make it as easy as possible for the universe to give me something. So if people are already saying this, why not really do it?
You use no weights. That's all I do.
I mean, I lift weights sometimes as like a test to see how my workout is doing. So like I'll lift weights like once a month to be like, well, let's see how my program has helped me lift heavier by the number. So I'll do it once in a while, like usually like once in a month as a benchmark to see the increase. And like I'm overdue because I didn't really have any access to any weights recently. So I'm interested to see particularly what my deadlift is like. I think that went up pretty a lot.